It's HighTechDad, and today I'm enjoying the luxury of the 2012 Chrysler 300S, and really like this car for a lot of reasons. For one, it's a sedan, 4 doors, can seat 5 people, but it really provides a nice sense of luxury coupled with performance. And the car itself is quite well insulated. It is extremely comfortable, and this is the sport version. So while it is an automatic, I do like the manual transmissions, but this one has a sport component to it where you can shift into a sport mode and even use the paddle shifters. So taking a look at some of the tech in here, obviously there's a large touchscreen display. It's got XM satellite radio. You can hook up a MP3 player via USB connection. One thing that is kind of cool, and you can see this in all the speakers, including there is a big subwoofer in the back, is that it is powered by Beats by Dre. So you can see the Beats by Dre logo on the speakers, as well as when you start up the audio or just the car in general, you get the splash screen that shows Beats by Dre. So also what's kind of interesting is the navigation is powered by Garmin, so it is quick to respond. It's very intuitive. It's easy to put in where you want to go, and the map itself is easy to read and easy to navigate when you're on the go. Another really nice feature that my kids really liked is the fact that there is a dual sunroof. It almost makes it look like you are riding in a convertible. You can see there is a rear sunroof that doesn't open, and then there is a front sunroof that does fully open up. And if you want, you can close it with the shade just with one push of a button here. You can see that it shuts just the rear part or the entire part itself to make it fully enclosed. So there are voice commands built into the Chrysler, and I particularly enjoyed doing this command. You can hook it up to automatically tune to the satellite channel that you want. So I'm going to do one right now that's always fun to do. Tune to the joint.
Tuning to the joint.
So you can see that it tunes into a satellite radio called The Joint, which is a pretty good reggae music station. So there are prompts that you can see show up here. It tells you that you need to step on the brake and press start to start up. And also, as you're navigating, you can see the turn-by-turn directions here, so you don't have to look too far off of the road. It also has some nice collision control warnings, so that if you are suddenly coming up on traffic right ahead of you and the traffic is stopped, it'll turn off the radio and display an alert here, as well as an audible alert, so that you quickly can slow down and adapt to the traffic ahead of you. It does have, while we're talking about adaptive, it does have adaptive cruise control, which is always a nice feature, so that you can set the padding that you want between you and the car ahead of you, and it'll automatically accelerate or brake the car based on that padding and on the speed that you've set for the cruise control. The Chrysler 300S does also have blind spot indicators. There's a small triangle up at the corner of the side view mirrors on both sides that will alert you when there is someone in your blind spot, and I always really like having that feature in any car that I drive. It's a great safety feature to have. And it does have a rear view backup display, so that's always nice, so you know how close you are to the car behind you. Another nice luxury feature is the fact that the two cup holders in the front can be either set to warm up a beverage or cool down a beverage, so that's a really great sort of luxury feature that's added on. So the Chrysler does come with daytime running lights. I always like that feature. They create these little LED C's on the front of the car, so you can always see it. I also leave it to have auto on headlights, and it also has automatic windshield wipers that sense if there's rain on the windshield. And lastly, I really like the red leather of the S version. It adds a nice little touch, and obviously with HighTechDad my colors are red and black and white, so this really works with my color palette, so I like it a lot. So the front grille of the 300S is pretty bold looking. It's pretty consistent with the other Chryslers that are out there. Here you can see the C that I was talking about for the daytime running lights. It's also got fog lights, and you can see the profile of the 300S is pretty sleek. I like to kind of call it a boss car, simply because it looks like you might have a gangster driving it or something like that. One thing to note, that this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, which means that if you are in a slippery condition, it'll switch to all-wheel drive on the drivetrain. But for the most part, driving in Northern California, I'm sticking pretty much to the front-wheel drive version of it, and it does shift this automatically. The Chrysler 300S comes with a 292 horsepower V6. That's what I was driving. Also comes with a V8, which is somewhere upwards of 300 and something horsepower. So this one also is an 8-speed automatic, and I really felt like with the paddle shifters, the changing of gears was really fluid. The engine was quite responsive when doing it that way. And then in automatic mode, it was really smooth as well. You barely notice any kind of upshift, and the cabin noise is really quiet as well. So if you want to learn more about the 300S, you can read my review, and that's at www.hightechdad.com. And if you have any questions, you can ask me on Twitter, and I'm at HighTechDad.